Okay, so um, I will, hopefully everybody can see the agenda for tonight on there. And close that. So we did add, Bill and I had a discussion last night, so we did add at the bottom of the agenda, number 9, assignment topics, and number 10, the monthly assignment slideshow. Bill has that ready for us now, so we can do that as well. So I guess to get things kicked off, we need to have an approval of the agenda as it is presented. And my screen disappeared.
We can see your desktop, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll move the acceptance of the agenda as presented.
Whoa. Can you see us or just listening?
No, I can see all. Oh, no, I have the agenda on, not in Zoom.
Okay. Can you still see the agenda?
I can scroll over to it.
Okay, because I see everybody right now. Okay, so
sorry, I misunderstood. I'm looking at the agenda on my computer, not on.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be on our screen too. So can somebody second the approval or the agenda?
I'll second it. It's Judy.
Okay, thank you, Judy.
But we can't see it, Mark, so you know that, right?
No, I can't. I put it up and then I'm running on 2 screens and then the one screen disappeared. So
it was there, I think that.
okay. Get that off of there. Do you see it up there now?
No.
Nope. But I can see you clicking.
All right.
That helps.
It would be nice if it would pop back up. I'm going to stop sharing the screen if I can get Zoom to work here. Stop share, see if that brings us there. It goes, it brought us back. So
There we go.
So next on there is the approval of the minutes of the last AGM. So if we can get that going, anybody can make a motion to approve last year's. Anybody? If I see you flinch, that counts.
I'll move to approve.
Carmen, second.
I will second.
Okay, Connie. Now that puts us up to our reports, and I will go first on that. So first, I'd like to thank and acknowledge the executive and all the volunteers and CAPS for this year. Without the volunteers, we couldn't operate or enjoy this club, and it feeds our photography habits. And so first on the executive, we've got Bill Cosman as vice president. Thanks, Bill. Always there for me to bounce ideas off, even last minute like last night. Jenny Watson, who will be joining us shortly as secretary. She's able to decipher all our executive meeting babble into something that is coherent for us. Jesse Lloyd, our treasurer, who juggled multiple jobs as well as managing the club's finances. Judy Jackson, finding presenters that were informative, inspiring, and Judy's stepping down from this role, and she's going to take on staying with the club doing a different role. Connie Dubé, great job as competition director. Sorry that she's also stepping down. For our other volunteers, we got Carmen providing us with great outing opportunities. There's some great outings this year. Sandy for all her work on the PRPA Kappa. Helen and Brenda managing our galleries. We keep growing galleries too, by the way. So more work for those ladies. Kim looking after our social media outlets. Crystal signed on to help and be our webmaster. We can't forget Barry for all the work as equipment manager. When we go down to the Golden Circle, Barry runs around and gets us set up within minutes so that we can get the Zoom link going and everything running. So a big appreciation for that. And also I'd like to acknowledge Connie and Dawn for their work on the audit for this year as well. Definitely not last but not least is Rob Gilligan as past president for steering us through the year for me being a rookie, and Rob, thanks a lot for all your help as well.
My pleasure.
So this is my first year as president. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Look forward to next year being even better. We did have some changes this year, so I thought I'd give a couple updates here. So I wrote the stuff down. So we did an update to the website, created the YouTube channel to accommodate the Zoom during COVID so that people will be able to watch at a later date at their convenience as well. We also saw growth in the ACCA, which is the Alberta Camera Club Alliance. And that's what Judy's going to be focusing on for the starting next year. I think it's a great opportunity for us with ACCA. It's 7 clubs in Alberta, and you've probably noticed almost every week you're getting invites to presentations from other clubs, and that's what that's all about. We all reciprocate and share our presenters, and it gives for the $60 that we throw in for a year, it gives great opportunities for more content if that's what you desire. CAPS this year again will be involved in the Kiwanis and Gateway galleries. The Kiwanis one is the winners from the winter and spring competitions, and that's at the Red Deer Public Library. It will run for the months of July and August this year. So Helen and Brenda will be working on that. They've got the frames ready. So after our spring competition ends in May, then they can work on getting that set up. And so if you ever want to go and check out the gallery, it'll be at the, like I said, the downtown library downstairs for July and August. The Gateway gallery is the one that's at the downtown rec center in their basement. That, the last I heard, was September, October. We didn't have a date tied down yet, but we'll be participating in that. Helen and Brenda have gone to the Timberlands Co-op gas bar. For those of you who don't know, we do have about 8 frames in there with images. So they've gone in and changed them out. So there's 8 new ones there, and they'll rotate them through every few months or so. We're also we're probably next week going to have a meeting with the Parkvale Lodge. They have approached us, and we'll probably do a gallery that will be in their hallways as well. Winners of our winter competition that just passed will also have opportunity to present their images at the Calgary Stampede this year. We did the winter competition because it's short notice. We have to get the information into the Stampede Association right away. What they've done there is the Stampede has invited every camera club in Alberta to post images at the Stampede during the time of the Stampede. So we're participating in that. We also this year joined Tourism Red Deer, and they will be featuring CAPS as one of their new members in their social media either next week or the week after. And they asked for some images, and I gave them a selection. I just randomly picked 7 or 8, and I believe the one that they chose is Michelle Zemlak's horse one from the winter competition. So that will be, she'll get credit for that on the Tourism Red Deer. And what our hope is with Tourism Red Deer joining that is they are very active in trying to draw events into Red Deer and be involved with that way. So we would be listed as volunteer photographers, our club, so that if some event was coming to, say, the Centrium, we would be on a list for contact should whoever's event need photographers, they could reach out to us. There's also some talk that perhaps the tourism office, which if you don't know, it's where that Sports Hall of Fame is on the highway there. They're looking at doing a little bit of shuffling stuff around, and they said that perhaps we could even do a gallery out there at some point. So we'll keep you informed on that. Just a bit about the Alberta Camera Club Alliance. It basically grew out of COVID and the clubs, not being able to meet in person, where everybody's using Zoom. So there seems to be quite a bit of enthusiasm, especially for Images Alberta, who seem to be spearheading it. And I think it gets bigger and better as it goes by. And again, like I said, Judy has volunteered to be our representative in this ACCA next year. And I think it'll be a good thing. Also, as part of mine, I've, as far as the President's Choice for next year, so you got a heads up to start on that. For the winter competition, the theme will be reflection. Curtis Lund showed us some great reflections in his 5 and Dime presentation in January, but there's lots of other examples or ideas that we could use too for that subject. The spring category would be double exposure. So it can be done in camera or in an editing program. And I'm sure over the course of between now and next spring, there'll be some opportunity in one of our club meetings that we can get into that and maybe learn a little bit of how we do it.
Great ideas, Mark.
Sorry?
Great ideas. Thank you.
Oh, well, thank you. So now I'm going to try and share the screen again and see if I can get this to work. And you're probably seeing the same one. See, I've lost you guys again.
No, we can see that.
Were you seeing the changes?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
bylaws.
Okay, so the executive took a look at the documents that we hold, our 3 booklets or guides, and the first 2 kind of tying together. It's just basically some housekeeping. We no longer have a newsletter, so in the bylaws, page 3, H6 was about the newsletter. We replaced it with information about the ACCA because that's what we're working on. That was the only change in the bylaws. In the roles and responsibilities guide, we removed newsletter and monthly assignment judges because we do not use monthly assignment judges. It's just submit. And we added the ACCA committee. Again, Judy has volunteered for that role. On page 9, we removed the part about treasurer attending courses to collect fees because with today's technology and e-transfer and PayPal and things, we don't need the treasurer to sit at a course just to collect fees. We can do it all online. The newsletter popped up again. So we deleted that and replaced it with the ACCA. And so basically that's the only changes to the roles and responsibilities or bylaws. And it's mostly, like I said, just housekeeping. So if we could get a motion to amend the competition handbook as it's presented.
I'll motion.
I have a question about remove competition levels from labeling images. When we go back to actually having competition in person, are we not labeling them?
That's in the
Is that what that
next
means?
section. We're only on the bylaws
Oh.
and roles and responsibilities at this.
All right, I
particular
read
moment.
ahead.
So yeah, so quit jumping ahead.
So Mark, I will make a motion to accept the changes as proposed.
Okay. And second?
Second.
Okay. All right. So yeah, onto the competition. So
Do we vote?
no, we shouldn't have to for that.
Okay, perfect.
We only vote when it comes time for the election
Okay.
portion. So the competition handbook, it needed updating as well. So, and all these changes were sent out March the 11th or 12th, I forget the date. So we did give everybody at least 30 days to review all these too. So I'm just kind of glossing quickly, but we can answer any questions that you may have. So page 1, we removed the competitions level section. We added including monthly assignments to be to the number of images allowed. That was already in play. It was just missing from that where it was in a different section. We removed the competition levels from the labeling images section. Remove mention of the newsletter from digital image requirement in use because we no longer have a newsletter. President's choice, we removed the sentence about competition levels. Doug Corrigan, same thing. Calculation of points, we removed the part about moving from novice to open because if we don't have competition levels, that doesn't apply to anything. Page 10, remove the section to advance from novice to open. Again, it doesn't mean anything if we don't have novice or open. And page 11, change the wording about topics to include an online poll as an alternate to choosing at the AGM. So on the agenda tonight, if we can throw the topics out there, but then we can put out an online poll. So that is now in writing. And page 12, revamp the reviewing section to include guidance, clarification, and help. So that is the proposed changes that we had. Any questions before we?
So Lori, to answer your question on the labeling, the images, if we ever do get to go back to matting, the labels will still have the photographer's name along with the category and the title of the image. They will just no longer have to write down that it was novice or open.
So we're getting rid of novice completely and we're just making everybody in the same category?
Correct.
Okay. I think that's strange, but okay. And the reason I think that is because some people work really hard to get to open and novices don't want to go up against someone who's been in open for a while.
The monthly assignments. So the last part of it, we're revamping the reviewing. It's also the hope that going forward, we can take time in our in-person meetings to answer any questions or help people, say in the first session of the month. Mm-hmm. And then of course the monthly assignment is due later in the month, so that gives people an opportunity to have ideas or ask any questions that will be there in the room together. We didn't have that opportunity this year because half the people were not able to get there.
Mark, I would like to address Lori's specific concern about novice photographers or beginner photographers going against open. I see your point. The thing is with judging, the images are not put beside each other. They are not judged as a whole or as a group.
Oh, okay.
They are judged solely as an individual photo. And then that photo is scored on its own merits. It's not beside another photo. It's not, hey, let's look at all these landscape and let's pick our favorite.
Right.
It doesn't
Okay.
work that way. It is
Okay.
one image at a time by 3 separate judges. So somebody who is new at photography doesn't have to be afraid that they won't have a chance ever of winning, because the score they would have gotten in a novice section is the same score they're
It's the
going to
same.
get if
Yeah.
those levels are removed. And for the last several times of doing judging, I actually never told the judges what level the photographs were at. They didn't know. And the judging was fair. And so it was a little bit of a test run that I wanted to see how that was going to work out. And the judges judged fairly based on the image that they were seeing.
Oh, that's good news. I like that.
One other thing too, Lori, is every new member joins as a novice, regardless of how long they've been doing it. So, for example, Kelly, who takes great aviation pictures, isn't really a novice. He knows what he's doing with his camera, but he joins the club that way. And so really, what does it mean in our application page when it says what level of photography? Because it's I think the intent as well of the monthly assignments is to get people comfortable where they can feel comfortable,
Enough to put in.
entering these contests, and that's on us as the executive to make sure that, like I said, maybe at the first meeting of each month we can put it out there. Anybody, towards the end of the meeting, anybody got any questions or with regards to that, and we can, Bill and I can help them figure it out.
Yeah, or an outing that pertains to that monthly assignment would be kind of cool. Yeah.
Okay, so if that answers that, could we get a motion to accept?
I motion to accept.
Okay. Second?
That
You
works?
took my job, Lori.
Oh, sorry. You can second. I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. I will second.
All right, so moving on, the next thing on the agenda is a few words from Bill.
Okay, thank you, Mark, and thank you everyone for coming out tonight. Well, I mean, virtually anyway. First, I'd like to thank everyone who submitted images for the monthly assignments. I know some of them may not be in your genre, but they're interesting nonetheless, and I think they offer us an opportunity to stretch a little bit, which is always a good thing. And secondly, I'd like to thank all those who volunteered a few minutes of their time each month to review the photos and provide a little feedback. It's greatly appreciated, especially when feedback contains, some rationale as to why you said what you did, either good or bad. It's helpful for progressing as a photographer. So thank you for that. Our last assignment for the year is intentional camera movement, ICM. It's due in the first weekend of May. I forget what that is. I think, is that the first? Yeah, the first.
May 1st is the Sunday.
Yep. So we'll have a couple of weeks to get those in. So please start submitting those. And I think that's pretty much it. As Mark said, we've got all the entries in for the April. And the slideshow is ready to go. So we'll take a look at that when the time comes. Does anyone have any questions about the monthly assignment?
Oh, I'm just wondering about the May deadline. Does that mean we won't be looking at them as a group? We'll just be providing our comments, or how will we structure that one? Because we won't have meetings anymore.
I can send out the PowerPoint if that's okay with you guys.
Maybe Connie will let us piggyback on her May festivities wind up.
Yeah,
That's a
I
good
think that
idea.
would be very plausible. I mean, when you do the banquet online, it doesn't take really that long. So that would be nice actually to do that at the end, to show a slideshow for the monthly assignments.
Okay.
Good idea.
Thank you, Mark and Kel or Connie. All right.
Okay.
Anything
All
else?
right.
Thank you for everything you do handling it.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Judy. Judy loves to talk in front of a group, and she's going to sell the position, aren't you, Judy?
Yes, Mark, you know how I love to talk in front of a group. As Mark said, I'm stepping down. I've done this role for 3 years, and I have enjoyed it very much so. But I feel I need to pass the baton over to someone else and maybe get some fresh ideas and maybe do things a little differently. I don't know, but the job's not that difficult. And I found that when I reached out to photographers to do a presentation, they were eager to do it. And you know, and that makes the job so much easier. So that's basically the bulk of it. You find a presenter and you agree on a fee, then follow up to ensure they receive payment and then thank them. And, you know, that's it. It does take some time and some thinking about what the club would like to see presentations on. And I think we need to draw on our club a little bit more on the people that take photos in our club. This year we had Kim and Kelly give great presentations. And a year ago we had Michelle and Carmen, yes. So I think I'm hoping we can draw on our club members a little more this year. But if there's anyone out there that's feeling that they'd like to do this, please put your name in. And you know, there's always people to help, and there's always people giving suggestions of, you know, why don't you get this person to talk? We were hoping to do a lot more in person last year, but we had Kim and Kelly, and then we had Sherry Penner give an in-person presentation, which I thought was excellent. So hopefully next year we'll have a few more in person. There'll still be Zoom. And like Mark said, I'm hoping to carry on with the ACCA because both Mark and I think that that's going to expand out a little bit in this coming year. So yeah, I'm hoping that you enjoyed what we had this year. We had a kind of eclectic mix of presentations. We had old buildings, we had architecture, we had portraiture, we had black and white, we had night photography, and we ended up with video with
Photography.
yeah. So yeah, so it's really not a hard position, and I've done it for 3 years, and I think that's just enough for me. And hopefully somebody out there get over.
I think it'll actually get a little easier too, because now that we can meet in person, there can be other activities we can be doing,
Exactly.
you know, at the tables and more of the five and dime. That was really good. But when we get to meet in person, I think it'll be a lot easier position as well.
Yeah, I think you're right, Mark.
Okay, well, thanks for that, Judy, and thanks for your past 3 years in that role. Connie, you're up.
Awesome. Well, as you've all heard, I am stepping down from competition director. I too have been doing it for 3 years. Judy and I, we joined on fresh together, and so I really did enjoy it. It was challenging, not because it's a hard position, but because I had a lot of things thrown at me. You know, the competition, we suddenly found ourselves in a pandemic. And so I had to completely invent a new system on how to do the competition digitally so that we could continue moving forward as a club. So it was a challenge, but it's in order now. So whatever happens next, we can go both ways. But so I want to thank my team. I double checked the participants, and they're not here. So, but I do very much want to thank my team. I had a really great team. You know, I had Jim and Jim McKinley and Danny Lizier on my team, and they were so great. They took jobs that I was not comfortable doing, and they just did it brilliantly for me. So I'm very thankful for them. And I'm really thankful for all the judges. You know who you are. I had different judges, different times. I always had to get different people, and you guys always stepped up and you really took the time. I mean, the hours of sitting in your chair as we go through Zoom, or even when we did it in person, going through all those images. So I'm very thankful for the support that I had to run the competition. So I just want to say thank you for that. I wanted to just kind of briefly chat about some of the things that we had accomplished during the year, even in the midst of a pandemic. We simplified the handbook. So the handbook that you guys all look at now is not the handbook that we had when I first started. It was tragic to almost read. It was so hard. So Caitlin, actually, she did all that work of just streamlining it for me, and she did brilliant. So I'm very thankful for that. I did some simplifying of the wording and the categories, which has really kind of helped branch those categories out and make them a little bit more user-friendly, if you will. And I was really thrilled to be able to introduce a brand new category into our competition of the still photography. And to me, that was such an exciting addition to our competitions, because it just opened it up to tabletop photography, drop photography, statues, things that don't fit really in any other category. So I was really excited that we got that passed. I feel like it really opened up the club. Like I said, the pandemic came, we had to make all those changes, I thought it worked out well. I know there were some people who were really disappointed that we had to stop meeting and we couldn't print images. I feel like the club is sort of at a crossroads right now, because according to the bylaws, according to the handbook, we are supposed to do it MADIT, but I don't know what the executive is going to decide with regards to that in the upcoming year, along with the new competition director. There are just some things that I wanted to just share for the upcoming competition director. I think it's really important that as a club, we remember that we have to be evolving. So much of the world is changing and it is evolving. And although I appreciate a lot of that old school kind of mindset with photography, we have to be willing to adapt. We have to be willing to allow new ways for photographers to be creative, not just the standard, perfect, this is what a good photograph is. But to allow for more creativity and just to be able to flow with the times. I think that that's really important. And of course, I'll be passing on this torch. Although I will say that the upcoming competition director, I'm not going to just throw you out there and say bye, see you later. I have a lot of resources and I have a lot of things that I will be passing on. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to the next club, and I'm looking forward to seeing what, is going to happen and what sort of changes are going to be brought. And I think it's going to be a great year. And I am sad to step down, because like I said, I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed being in a sense, at the heart of the club. But I just know that come September, my world is going to look quite different than what it is. And I just, I won't be able to work it into my schedule. So anyway, thank you, club members, for being so gracious to me during the competition and allowing me to run it. And I hope you all enjoyed it and that you enjoyed what I did.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Connie, and thanks again for 3 years. I've only been with the club 2 years, and I've enjoyed the competitions. Immensely surprised that I've got some of those certificates, but hey, it's all good. Now, Sandy will fill us in on some PRPA Kappa. Right, Sandy?
I guess I will. Okay, Kappa and PRPA, it's been kind of something that we need to discuss, I think, as a club, or make a vote, or do something, because I've been on it for about 2 years through this pandemic, and people, they're home more, they should have had more time. We've had like next to nothing for people that are submitting photos into both these competitions. I don't know if it's due to availability of time. It is I know for me, I don't know, it's probably for a lot of people, but we as a club, I don't know if we're getting out of it what time we're putting in and money we're putting in. Are we getting the benefits that we expect? I've been in the club for many, many years, and unfortunately, I didn't really hear anything about these two clubs, Kappa or PRPA. And what I'm learning is that I don't think a lot of other people want to be involved in it too. We do a lot of work. We have to, as a club, judge 1 or 2 competitions a year for individual photos. It could be hard copies, it could be online. We have to set all that up. We have a lot of paperwork, a lot of trying to get people together to do all that. We have to join these boring goddamn meetings, like blah, 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 like, sorry, that's not my cup of frickin' tea. But, and some people it is, but I have reached out to club members and nobody seems like they're interested. And I understand that. Like, I don't even remember our own club name, let alone Kappa and PRPA, what they stand for. Like, I send out corrections to all this stuff because it seems like there's too much information. Like, I don't know. I can't keep it straight if it's our competition, their competition. If there's speakers going on, it just seems like too much. And we need to discuss it as a club if we really want to keep it going, if no one's putting in the pictures or anything. Like, we had one person submit a picture for today's competition, like, a lot of work to get it all together, and one person, like, and what's that person going to get out of it if they don't win in this competition? Nothing. What do we get out of it as a club? Nothing. I'd rather spend my time looking at our own club members' photos and giving them feedback as to what I feel on their photos than the time that we're spending on something that we as a club are not getting anything out of. So unfortunately, I don't want to do this job anymore. And I have reached out to quite a few people and they don't want to do the job. So I don't want to make it sound very grim. I tried to stick into it as long as I could, but unless somebody wants to step up and say, sorry, I don't think you're right, or I think that maybe you scared everybody off, or whatever, just we need to make a decision. And unfortunately, I will be stepping down after this is done, which will be very shortly. And I'm hoping the club will make a decision if we really want to spend our time and money on this. So that's kind of my feel about it, Mark, but I'm sorry I didn't want to, I didn't sell it very good, the job. Not like Judy sold hers. Oh my God. But so I don't know. So that's where I'm going to leave it. I don't know if you want to ask me questions. Like, I don't know what to think about this.
I'm wondering if we could bring in like the regional reps to one of our meetings to talk about these clubs and if there's more that they can offer.
We did do that the last executive meeting. I think you were absent.
Oh, I was.
If I'm correct, you weren't there. But we did. Sandy brought this up at the executive meeting last week, and one of the options that we came up with is that Sandy would get me the contact information for the Kappa representative for our, and we'd invite them to come to a meeting in September, right at the beginning of our year, and explain what it's all about, and try and see if it works that way. For everybody that doesn't know, the CAPA is the Canadian Association, so it's across the country, and PRPA is Prairie Regional, so it's Alberta, Saskatchewan, and I think there may be one in Manitoba too.
Yeah.
But so it's more regional, and I could see that one falling by the wayside. But it's written in our roles and responsibilities guide. For the PRPA CAPA representative, this position will be filled only if there is an interest from the club members as expressed at the AGM by a majority vote.
Yeah.
So that is written in our roles and responsibilities. So
We're gonna do a vote? Is that
I
what-
guess I think that we need to do a vote on each one individually, PRPA and CAPA, and obviously, if nobody's submitting, it's a lot of work for somebody to do nothing for our club. So, so I think we'll do the PRPA CAPA, and if we vote to keep one or both, then the mandate is to get representative in to talk to us right away in September. So now not everybody has their cameras on, so I don't know if these little emojis work, but at the bottom of your screen, there's a button that says reactions.
Mark?
Yes?
Lori's trying to say something.
Oh,
I have a question. The reason we joined CAPA was for the judging course. Was that even an option in the next coming year?
there was,
Like, we were offered that this year, and I believe at least Rob went to it. I don't know, for next year, they could even put our club in charge of putting it on.
No.
So like, and really, are we getting out of that, what we should be also?
Mhm.
Like, there's a book out there, and that's pretty well whatever anybody's ever got out of that course, from what I understand, is that book. Is it, like, really the course, you know, you can put on the same course, anybody can put
Right.
on that course and say, this is it. As long as you have the book, you've got the information. Why not share the information out of that book
Yeah.
with our members? Like, if that's all we're joining it for. We had, I know one of our members was going to go, and she had to not go, but I don't believe that there was a lot. If I know at least one person, Rob,
Yeah, I know, like a few
Curtis
years
and I
ago,
went.
I think,
Curtis and you, so two of you.
yeah, 8 or so
So-
people went, so.
But
yeah.
like, they offer it every year, but like, are we getting, I know other people that went to it, and I haven't got any good feedback from it, put it that way.
Okay, well, that was
So-
my only issue. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's just my own personal, what I've heard. And
Mhm.
we've got Rob and Curtis, they went. So if you want to get their feedback, please
So-
do.
Curtis is an accredited CAPA judge. I'm not. I've just taken the course, and you take the judging course, and then you do some other things, and they will accredit you or not. Generally, they will. But I'd kind of like to reinforce Carmen's point, and that is that we should give CAPA and PRPA the opportunity to have their reps come and represent their organizations to our members at a meeting, and let the members have a decision from there, because I think there's a better opportunity that one of the members will step forward and represent them if they do a good presentation and they see value in that. And if they come in and nobody's interested, that answers our question. And part of the reason that I would like to see some sort of maintenance, particularly of the CAPA relationship, is the judging course, because I think once we lose touch with that, then we kind of slip away from it entirely.
okay, so we can table that then until September. And Sandy, if you get me the
Yeah, I've got the information for
okay.
dancing going. I'll send it to you, Mark. And
Sure, and then I'll reach out to these people, and we'll get them set up to come and present to the club in the fall.
Sandy, is our money is due now though for
No.
CAPA?
no, that's
Okay.
not an issue. No,
Okay,
no.
yeah,
It's
Okay,
just finding somebody that could take it over. We did discuss it last week at another meeting, and we were going to get somebody to come in and give us a, you know, a little bit of a spiel on what they can offer us, I
What they
guess.
do.
But like, how long have we had it in the club and this really hasn't happened already? I guess this is about time. It's either that or give it up is
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
I think that that's a great idea, and we've got his name. We know who to get hold of, and
Oh, good.
we'll see if I don't know how far of a town, if he's from Saskatchewan or where he's from, but I'll figure it out and we'll go from there.
I appreciate your work, Sandy. I do.
Thank you, Laurie.
We can get them on Zoom if they're too scared to show up at the Golden Circle too.
Okay.
Okay, so now we move on to Treasurer's Report with Jesse.
Okay, you can all hear me?
Mhm.
All right, the fun stuff. I'm just gonna read through this through the income statement first. So for our opening balance as of April 1st, 2021, we had $8,195.82. I'll go through the income. We had
Jesse,
membership
will you,
fees.
sorry, Jesse, will you send me a copy of that?
Yes, I'll send it to you.
Thank
after.
you,
Yeah,
thank
don't
you.
need to.
Yeah, I was
shouldn't
like
have done
scribbling.
that. Yeah, sorry about that. Okay. Yeah, I'll write it all down. So for the income, we had membership fees at $6,076.01 and $2,584.71 of that was from the previous year. So that was just transferred over from our PayPal account. So we had classes at $214.37. We had miscellaneous income, like a donation of $250. That was miscellaneous income, $721.29. Part of that was a donation of $250. We had total income of $7,099.58. For expenses, we had rent, $810, and PayPal ticket bud charges, $213.32. We had instructors and speaker fees well, actually, we didn't have any instructors this year. That's category, so mostly speaker fees. It would be $1,983.13. We had barbecue banquet competition expenses is $180.45. We had operating costs of $1,224.65. In that includes things like our post office box rental, insurance, which is a big one. We have to pay an insurance of $859 a year. That had went up from last year substantially. We had Zoom fees, $159.95. And we had miscellaneous expenses, $1,013.01, which includes things such as our member fees to the other clubs that we're just speaking about, Kappa, PRPA, Red Deer Tourism, and we also have judging fees in there. So we had total expenses of $5,336.65. So we did have a balance for the books of $9,957.93. A balance is per bank statement as of March 31st, 2022. Our bank statement balance was $9,958.75. And just moving along to the balance sheet, we have our current assets, cash, which is our bank account balance, $9,958.75. This is also as of March 31st. That's our year end 2022. And then we have PayPal. We just have $100 in our PayPal account. So we have total assets, total current assets, $10,058.75. And we have fixed assets, which just includes our electronic equipment and display and storage assets. So that's like our the big projection monitor stuff we'd use in in-person meetings. So electronic equipment is $2,502.67. Display and storage assets is $1,347.13. Total fixed assets of $3,849.80. Bringing a total combined assets of $13,908.55. We have our liabilities, equity. I just put the retained earnings, which is our cash, at $10,058.75. And that is all I have. If anyone has any questions, that's a lot of numbers rattling off. We are sitting at a really good position though, basically, of having our cash at $10,058.75. So we're doing well.
And the club does have a signed copy of the audit report from Connie and Dawn as well. That is in the drive that we have. Okay, so that takes care of the treasurer's report. Any questions
Well,
before we move on?
How many
Do I have to make-
members?
Oh, sorry, I did leave out the members. Sorry, that was, well, as of March 31st, we had 64, but I think someone just,
It's 70.
I think we just, oh, you had 70?
Yeah.
I just quickly looked at the spreadsheet earlier, so maybe I looked at the wrong one.
Yeah.
Mark, you have the current at 70? Okay.
Yes. Okay. So
Okay.
now we move
need a-
along. Sorry?
Do I need a motion to
Yep.
approve?
Yes, you do. Yes.
I'll make the motion to approve the treasurer's report as reported.
I move to accept it.
We'll take a bit. Thank you.
I'll second.
All right. So now we move along to the election portion. And I just want to warn everybody that doesn't come to our executive meetings. If you even blink, you could be nominated. So stay
Why don't we
very,
shut
very
the video
still.
cameras off right now?
Yeah. Yeah. So to get the elections going, need a motion to open the nominations for the executive positions.
So
Anyone?
moved.
Okay. Second.
I'll second that.
All right. So for secretary, position of secretary, we need a motion needed to accept nominations for the position of secretary.
I'll move.
Barab, and second.
I'll second.
Yeah, Connie, see, I caught you, lifted your hand up. I was going to pick you anyway. So Jenny Watson has let her name stand as secretary. Do we have any other nominations? Second call for any other nominations. And third. Oh, I thought Judy was going to put her name in there for a second. She lifted her arm
I'm
up.
gonna keep my hands down.
Okay, so like to make a motion to close the nominations for secretary.
So moved.
Okay, and Bill was second. So all in favor of Jenny remaining as secretary? Okay. Okay, so carried. So congratulations, Jenny, of being stuck with us.
Thanks,
Next.
Jenny.
Next, we
Thank
have
you,
yeah, thanks, Jenny. So next we have the competition director. Of course, Connie is stepping down. So we need a motion to accept nominations for the competitions director.
I'll make a motion for that.
Judy, second?
Second
I'll
it.
second it.
Okay.
Who was that? Sorry.
Sorry,
Sandy?
Yeah, I saw Sandy's hand go up
Thank
there.
you.
Kelly Torella has put his name forward for consideration of this position. Do we have any other nominations? First call.
Sorry, can you say that name again?
Kelly Torella, Tarala. Second call, any other nominations? Kelly's starting to sweat. Third call? All right, I'd like to get somebody in motion to close the nominations for competition
I
director.
close.
Judy,
I opened and closed.
all right.
I'll second it.
All in favor of Kelly for competition director? Kelly, you lucky guy. Okay, so carried. Program director, Judy is stepping down. Motion, need a motion, somebody make a motion to accept nominations for program director.
I will make a motion to accept.
Okay. Okay, so we do not have anybody has stepped forward for this yet. So
Do we have a seconder?
I can second. Carmen.
Thanks.
so first call for nominations. Any nominations for program director? As we said earlier, it will be easier. The ACCA portion, which Judy is maintaining, will take up some of that workload as well.
I nominate Mel Bolin.
I'm not quite back up to 100% health yet. I can't.
Oh,
I had a rough year last year, so I'm still just getting into the swing of things.
Okay, so Mel has declined. Second call for nominations. Looks like Jessie wants to take on two roles because she was waving them there for a
Yes,
second.
she was. I
Yeah.
saw that.
I was scrolling.
Oh. Okay, so third call for nominations for the program director that is open. Looking for a lovely volunteer. Anyone? All right, so we do not have one. So we will
Nominate-
carry.
Can I
Sorry?
nominate someone else? Can I nominate Caitlin?
Sure you can. Caitlin, would you like to respond?
Thank you for your consideration, but I will have to decline. Just between kids not being in school full time yet and trying to run a business, I have barely had time to even keep up with just my role in the club as it is. So thank you, but I will decline.
Okay, thank you. So we'll leave this position open and we'll keep advertising it and pumping it up throughout the summer, and hopefully we get somebody to step in shortly into the role. So like to somebody make a motion to close the nominations for the program director at this time.
So
I will
moved.
close it.
Okay. So I've lost my place on the page. Sorry about that. So the next item on our agenda is the approval of utilizing club members to audit our finances for the upcoming 2022-2023 year. So if somebody could make a motion to approve the continued use of CAPS members for the audit in 2022-2023. Laurie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
Second?
that.
Rob, second. And all in favor for that? Everybody? Yeah, okay. Don and Connie are the current auditors. Do you both want to let your names stand to continue to audit next year?
I will audit next year.
Okay,
I can audit again next year.
okay.
Sorry, so that's Connie and who?
Don?
It works out great. Dawn is like literally just across 40th from me. So just bump over to her house and drop it off.
Okay, I believe we need a motion to accept Connie and Don as our auditors for next year.
I'll motion
Oh.
to
Who's that?
accept. Melissa.
Melissa, thank you.
And Lori was second. All in favor? Okay, so carried. All right, we now get to our next item on there, which is the prize draws for everybody in attendance. I am going to, so the way we're going to do this, Bill has been tracking everybody's names that joined the meeting tonight, and I'm just going to share a screen again for a second. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
And you see the Smart Living Photo Gallery kit?
Yep.
All right. So that's the first item up for grabs tonight. It's a it's got a value of about $20. It comes with 3 little plastic frames and a little canvas thing on there. Works in any photo printer. The second item we have tonight is a strap, camera strap, shoulder sling strap type of deal.
Oh, I like the pocket.
That when I looked it up was worth about $50. And the third item we have is this power bank. It is valued at, I believe, also $50. And the last item is next year's membership, individual membership for CAPS. So, like I said, Bill has been writing everybody's names down, and he's assigned you a number. I see there's 27 people, so I'm assuming that's what we have for our number. And I will use the Google random number picker. So Bill, are we at 27 numbers in there?
Yes, we are. I have a question though. Do we really have 2 berries?
Yep.
Or is one berry signed in twice?
Yes. No, there's 2 berries.
Okay.
All right.
So Barry and Barry H.
Yeah.
Number 1 and number 2.
All right. So Bill has assigned you all a number. I will use the Google random number picker, and it will tell me a number, and then Bill will tell you if you've won. So the first prize was the kit, and number 5.
Number 5 is Connie D.
All right, hey. Connie D. Woohoo!
Did I win? Sorry, the what?
The little frame.
Smart home thing. Smart, yeah.
You win the program director prize. Congratulations.
The next prize was the strap. Oh, this thing's working really well. Number 4.
Oh, jeez.
Number 4 is Carmen.
Woo, nice.
Carmen San Diego.
Thank you.
I sorted these alphabetically. Maybe I shouldn't have.
Yeah. Well, I guess then everybody can guess who the next one is, because it went to number 27 is the next random number, and that is for the power bank.
That's Tracy.
Tracy. And the final draw for the next year membership, number 23,
is Mel.
Oh, there you go.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
Yay! Thank you.
So that is our prizes for the evening, which brings us up to Bill is going to be taking over on the next 2 topics here. So number 9 is assignment topics. So if you guys got any ideas, you can throw them out, and Bill will make note of them. Then we can do a little survey, send it out to everybody, and that's how we'll determine the assignments for the upcoming year. Bill, and that's correct, right? That's how you want to do it?
Yep.
Okay. So Bill, take it over.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. And we need to pick out at least 7 topics for the upcoming year for our monthly assignments. Hopefully, a few more, so we have some choice. And as Mark says, we'll throw the choices out there. So yeah, let's get some ideas rolling.
So
I'll throw one
more.
out. How about self-portrait?
Yeah. Minimalism.
Automobiles.
Architecture.
Keep them coming.
Texture.
I'm sorry,
Did you
texture?
get Mark
Texture.
or Bill, did you get my minimalism? Did you get
Yeah,
that?
I got,
Yeah, okay.
so far I have self-portrait, minimalism, automobiles, architecture, texture.
Yep. What about some techniques, like some,
Modified shutter speeds.
modified shutter speed?
Yeah.
Can
I don't
you
know.
narrow that down a bit?
We-
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm just shooting
We had-
ideas in the
we
wind.
had-
Because we
We
had
had-
creative shutter speed this year.
We had 3 different kinds of shutter speed things this past year.
Mark, did I hear you? Oh, I guess double exposure was president's choice, isn't it?
Yeah. How about negative space?
Yep.
Framing.
Framing, did you say?
Correct.
How about shadows?
And how about sparkle?
Ooh, I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
Shooting
didn't-
through.
Shooting through?
Yeah, like shooting through leaves or a
Something.
texture or something.
Leaves, yeah.
Okay.
Cell phone photo.
Oh.
Love it.
Of course you do, Lori.
Selfies.
Well, we have self-portrait down, right?
Yeah, true.
Blue hour.
What about like journalistic?
Photojournalism.
Yeah, yeah.
What about something from one of our recent presentations about like using a long lens for landscapes or something?
Sure. Long lens. Long lens landscape. Okay.
Or long lens photography, right? Is that what
Yeah.
you're saying?
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of really cool presentations and
Yeah.
we learned a lot of really cool new stuff. We should maybe pick one of those.
Okay.
How about pets or animals? Doesn't have to be your own pet. Could be dog, cat, bird, fish.
Pets or any kind of animals?
Yeah, he said anything.
Anything.
How about
Sure.
like domestic animals?
Yeah. Okay. Even better.
Domestic, yeah.
You know, you should be our program director because you know these things.
Here's
What
the-
about abandoned buildings? We say that one?
So if I'm the only one home and I leave the house and take a picture of it, that counts.
Abandoned means anybody can squat in it, Mark.
Oh,
Better not leave
What
it too long.
about
Yeah, better
what
lock the door.
about just abandoned photography? Because there's always like abandoned shoes and items I like
Yeah,
photographing.
that's cool.
I like that better.
Yeah.
Abandoned items.
Just
Probably just
abandoned.
abandoned.
Yeah, just, you know, sometimes
Abandoned. Okay.
it's nice to leave a category where you don't
Open.
define it. So like if we just say abandoned, then it can be more up to the photographer on what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned.
Yep.
And as opposed to then telling us, well, we want, you know, shoes trapped left off in the woods, you know, like leave some things open to interpretation.
Yeah.
Okay.
geez, that program director is looking really good for you, Connie.
You've got quite a few here now, right? 2, 4, 6. You've got
Yeah.
probably 15.
Yeah, I've got 16.
So how do we vote on them?
Well,
We'll do a Google.
I'll send it out as a survey like we did last
The
year.
Google survey.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And the top 7 are in.
Can
Correct.
you read the list off so we remember what we
Yeah.
have?
How about backlit subject?
Hang on.
I've tried that so many times and have failed miserably every time.
Jenny's good at that. We should have her teach us how.
Yes.
For what?
There you go.
Backlit people.
Subject.
I'm good at that?
Subjects. Yeah. The one of your daughter with yoga.
Oh yeah.
I love that photo.
Okay.
Or creative photography or creative lighting would be a cool one.
Mm-hmm.
Those are nice. Those are good categories.
And then we'll each get to vote for as many monthlies as we have. Like 7, whatever it is.
Where it says long lens photography, I think the intent was to sort of use your long lens for something it wouldn't normally be used for. Because if you long lens photography, well, I'm going to put in a picture of a bear.
Yeah,
it's just,
absolutely.
And that is defeating the purpose of sort of what we learned from Lee Nordby's presentation.
Right.
So sort of atypical use of a long lens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good definition to it.
After you just typed it.
I'd also like to suggest that selfie should be a separate category to self-portrait.
I agree.
I'm assuming that everybody can see the list.
Yes.
Okay. We've got lots, but are there any more?
Maybe panning.
Okay, we're starting to get some silence, so let's call it there.
Okay.
All right, thank you, everyone. I'll send out the survey within the next little while here.
Okay, so Bill, you're going to give us our monthly assignment slideshow now?
Yep, hang on here. Let me see. I gotta find it here. Hang on.
I'll sing while we wait.
All right, you can do the tap dance. Okay, and share, and where am I? Oh, there we are. Control F5. Okay, I said Control F5. Okay, how about view slideshow? Okay, so if at any time you want to stop, make comments, please just say stop or make comments.
Wonderful picture.
Yep.
Thank you.
You picked a nicer day to be out there than I was.
Yeah, beautiful.
What's it sitting on? Is it like the little glass crystal?
No, it's sitting on the ice.
Oh, it is on ice. Oh, okay. I thought it was water. I was like,
It was out at Abraham Lake and I had it on the little stand and then I took it off the stand and I liked it better.
Yeah, I like that.
What I like about it is it looks like it's floating in water.
Yep.
I thought it was water, yeah, until she actually pointed out that it was ice.
Great idea to use a lens ball at Abraham Lake, Helen.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
I
Helen.
like the colors that she got.
Thank you, Helen. Carmen.
I love that sunburst in there. It's just now, is that intentional, Carmen, or did you stand out there for about 6 hours waiting for the sun to be right in that window?
No, I saw the sundog and basically just got there in time. It was already clouding over a little bit. It was already fading and it was about minus 30 degrees in the wind. So I ran out onto the lake. I was out there like 3 minutes. So it was really just luck and a little bit of, just positioning myself to get the sunburst.
It was a good 3 minutes.
Window.
Somebody
use it?
somebody who submits a picture like that would surely look good in that program director role.
Did you use a tripod or you holding it?
It was handheld.
It was handheld.
I was honestly so cold. It was literally get the photo and get back to my car.
Okay, and then my other question is F-22.
I'd have to look.
Okay, I'm just
I'm guessing
curious.
with
I've
that-
always tried and I can't get it to do that sunburst without everything being really dark.
I probably didn't have it as high as F-22 because that would have meant that I needed a higher ISO, but it's probably at least like F-14.
Okay.
And it's really just about blocking some of the sun as well. Like if you just have a sun in a sky, you can't really burst it as well. You kind of need something to block some of the light.
Okay, I get it.
Good example of shooting through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a way.
That's so cool.
Thank
you, Carmen. Debbie.
Yes.
This moody shot.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's nice.
Would you believe this is a dog park and I'm not photobombed by a dog?
It's foggy to be out there.
It
This
looks
is
very
the-
minimalist.
Yeah, it just caught my attention and it was so foggy that you can't see anything but what's right up front. I just really liked how the furniture was abandoned and there's no dogs.
Makes me want to go put on a sweater.
I do think that I would have probably edited out whatever this thing in black here is in the middle and the garbage can.
My Photoshop abilities would not be able to do that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, I know you have to clone, and when I play around with things, I make a big mess.
Yeah, me too. I get it.
Thank you, Deb.
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, hello.
yeah, I like the color blocking of this image. It's really,
Mm-hmm.
and just a poll. It's so
Thank
simple,
you.
but it's a really great shot, Bill.
Thanks. I took one more right after this one at a location about 100 meters down the road, and then lightning struck really close, and I just got the hell out of there.
I thought you were going to tell us you got a shot of lightning.
Yeah, no, I almost did. Not what I wanted though.
Yeah.
This makes me want to put my sweater on.
Yeah, no
Not
kidding.
Not wanting to leave his house, but wanting to submit a picture. That's
I don't want to suggest that I didn't put a lot of effort into the assignment.
I mean, it's crooked too.
Was it a cell phone too, Rob?
Well, I chose it out of a selection of 7 different images that I took through the windows of my house. And this one here, I opened the door.
Bonus.
I put a post on the Facebook today about cell phone and will it replace cameras and certain things. So Lori and I were having a conversation on that on Facebook today. That's the reason I asked if it was a cell phone.
Yeah, and the weather was a real blessing because this weather came in between several days of nice weather on either side of it. So,
Okay, thank you, Rob.
You bet.
I don't remember seeing Linda on the list of attendees. Linda, are you there?
No.
No.
Great sky.
Yeah, I love her shot of her car.
Nice colors.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's obviously a nice wide angle lens.
Yeah.
Yeah, those clouds really add to it, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very nice.
Sandy, another put on my sweater type
Ooh.
shot.
I love that.
Very nice.
Very, very windy.
Looks like a wave coming at you.
Is that Nordic?
Yeah.
Yeah. Looks good. I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It was just swirling around these trees like it was coming at you like a little river. It was really, really cool.
Yeah, nicely done.
Thanks.
That's
Juki.
cool. I like the contrast of a bike in snow. Like,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, I think monochrome was a good choice.
It tells a story. Some guy just like, I'm out of here, and just leaves his bike.
The significance of this was it was the first day of spring. So
Oh,
Yeah, caught off guard. He was caught surprised, that's for sure.
awesome.
Now, Judy, my question is, did you convert that to a black and white, or is it just black and white because of the elements?
no, it pretty well, you're right, Connie, it pretty well was much black and white, but I did convert it. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Judy. El Presidente.
Looks crooked. Who did that?
I think it's your screen.
Yeah, tilt my head.
Mm.
Yeah, that's Calgary, in case you didn't guess.
Yeah, we had the Calgary part. I would argue that it's not crooked at all.
Oh,
It's leaning to the left ever so slightly.
Yeah.
I think so. Maybe it's the bridge. Maybe the bridge is throwing me off because the bridge goes down.
Yeah.
No, I think it just needs to be upped a little bit from the
Yeah.
left. But I like the angle. I like the low angle. That's great.
So
Yes.
It's because
Was
it's
it-
going downstream.
was it a long exposure?
No, it was not.
No.
No, we just went. It's on that little island next to the zoo, and we just wandered around the park there and walked down to the river. It was starting to ice over, and it was just getting really cold. And I think that's where the cloud effect came in.
Yeah.
Is how cold it was.
Mm.
That's a really nice spot to bring your kayak in too, if
Mm.
you're out on the water. I've been to the spot many times. I love it.
You know, and a lot of people may not think about this, but that big rock that you have right there in the foreground is actually a very key element of this picture, because that rock, maybe, I don't know if you intentionally did the rock, but that
No.
big rock was the leading line to take you
Yeah.
into.
I agree.
Yeah. The only thing I would have done, because it's bothering keeps drying my eyes, is I maybe would have
This-
cropped it in a bit and got rid of that ice that's right on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Pulls my eye out a bit, but yeah, compositionally, it's really good image.
Thank you, Mark. Rhonda's not on the phone or on the call, but I love the shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a good and I think a lucky capture, but still, got to be out there, be lucky, right?
How she didn't get wet.
Maybe she did.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Did, yeah. Yeah. This is a really great image.
Yeah.
I like the color contrast, and of course, the sky is dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's no question about what the subject is or what it's doing.
Yeah.
Another one from Doug, who's not on the call, but yeah, you know something's heading your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very nice image as well.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that I found interesting about this image is that it was shot with a long shutter speed, because if you zoom in and look at the windmills,
Yeah.
they're blurred.
They're moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be the wind is about 1,000 miles an hour too.
Mm, I don't know about that one.
Wait.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that one.
Black and white suits this very, very well.
Yeah.
Mona was a good choice here.
Mhm.
Mhm.
See, now I need my sweater and my boots for this one.
Right. Yeah, very cold. Good job, Kelly.
Thank you.
New competition director.
This
Nice
is my
sunny
new.
day.
Yeah, I liked how warm the light looked on that tree and like how heavy that snow still was on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
real
almost a
contrast there.
perfect half too.
Yeah. We were out for a walk and then I'm like, nope, we have to back up. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job. And Brenda, who's not on the call.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know, I find this picture very inviting. Like, I just feel very welcomed to go to this cabin and take a little, break and sort of check out of, the world. I like
No,
it.
I like that the light's on in the cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, the warm of the porch light there, whatever that is, and then the cold everywhere else kind of draws you into it.
Yeah, it really does.
I just wish the person was in focus. It bothers me that the person's blurry.
You're walking.
Should have told him to stand still while you took that picture.
Yeah.
Or, shutter speed or something.
Yeah, if
But-
she actually had made her shutter speed even longer, that person would have disappeared.
Disappeared, yeah.
So I did a screenshot of this photo and adjusted the
White balance?
the horizon on it so that the top of the roof of the cabin was level.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I was absolutely amazed at how it changed the photo.
Oh,
That
sure.
the path then seems to lead directly to the cabin. And I
Oh,
can't
yeah.
explain why that was. And it wasn't that I looked at the photo and said, this horizon isn't straight, but there was something about it that wasn't working for me. And I that's what I did. And it was very interesting.
Yeah. Oh, I believe that.
Okay, and I think that is the last one.
Very
Yep,
nice. Great
that's it.
job, guys. Those were all brilliant images.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's great. Thanks, everybody. And I guess we're getting close to wrapping up now. So our next meeting officially will be the Connie's last hurrah as competition director. So we'll have the wind up, virtual, of course, and then we're kind of heading, as soon as it gets warm enough, to get into our outing time of year, so we can all get together and.
Oh, no,
Wonder-
and we won't have any outings because we don't have an outings director.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
wasn't
Car-
that Carmen's?
No,
job?
Carmen's in charge of the outings. It's
I'm in charge of
oh,
outings.
yeah, so we're good.
Oh,
We're good
sorry.
there. Rob, does that mean you want to be program director?
Yeah, Rob?
So
I'd love to be program director, but I just
Oh, okay, thank you.
I just
yeah.
I just have a full agenda right now.
Mm-hmm.
What, are you in a band or something?
Yeah,
Or two.
two bands actually.
So
I could also give up outings to someone else.
No.
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 Absolutely
Norman, you're
not.
so good.
No, we're looking forward to it. I tell you what, if I get where, I'm sure my back's getting a lot better, but I like to walk behind the and through Heritage Ranch there and go down those trails. So if I happen to go down there, I can put a message out if people want to join me. And there's some good opportunities down that area as well to get some stuff. So we can do outings throughout the summer and go on. But
And since the other one, what's the presentations director falls on your shoulders now too, you might as well take on outings. And what else did we miss?
yeah, what else? PRPA, Kappa, all that
Yeah,
stuff.
you're retired, right?
No. Yes, I am. So anyway, could I, before I get myself in any more trouble, need a motion to adjourn the meeting for the evening.
I'll motion.
Okay. Carmen, second.
Don't need a second on that motion.
We don't need a second on that. Thanks.
And
You know,
Laura,
Rob,
you should
being
have
so
made him
knowledgeable.
sweat.
Being so knowledgeable, Rob, that looks good on you, that position.
They don't call it Robert's Rule of Order for nothing.
Okay.
Can
Thank
I
you,
ask
Mark.
a question on the spring competition?
Yes.
Seascape, can man-made stuff be in that picture or not?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, your whole landscape, seascape, and
Cityscape.
the cityscape can have stuff of man in it. It is only the Doug Corrigan category.
Okay,
You have no hand of man.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
welcome.
and for the, I should just mention for the people that did win something tonight, except for Mel, because yours is just virtual, I guess, with it being the membership. I will run those things down to McBain, tag them with your names, and I do have to go out tomorrow, so these should be there by just after lunch tomorrow for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, well, I will pick mine up when I pick up everybody's drive
That's right.
Mhm.
form. So hopefully we have. a lot of
Boom.
people
What
submitting.
time are they open till tomorrow? I might be there 2 minutes too.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not going to pick them up till Saturday, so you could go right till the last minute before they close the door. So you did decide to enter in because when we spoke, you weren't gonna.
I know, I only have 2 ready, but I'm gonna see if I can get some more in tonight. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm
do
trying
my
to find
judges know
time.
that they are judging. I point to you on the screen, but you can't tell that I'm pointing to you.
I think you're raising your hand for that program director job is
No,
what you're
I'm
doing.
pointing to a judge, which is on my very top left, and my other judge, which is over here on the right.
I don't think they know who they are.
I don't want to say their names out loud because
No.
judges get tomatoes thrown at them and stuff. So awesome. Okay. But that's it.
All right. Well, if that's it, everybody have a good rest of your evening, and we'll stay in touch on the emails. And if we don't see you before, we'll see you at the spring windup.
Okay,
Thanks, everyone.
thanks.
Thanks,
Can you
guys.
share that with me, the agenda?
Yep.
Thank you.
Bet. Okay.
Bye.
Thank you,
Mark.
everyone.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.